Hello and good day to you. So I'm sure most of us at the moment are making our way through the Divine Party Rooftop Chapter 1 Castle event in DML at the moment. I'm currently sitting on level 3, as most of us probably are currently, but thanks to the great work of two particular individuals, we do have the cheapest chest paths calculated for every single level from level 3 onwards in this event. So as I mentioned before, the best thing for you to do is try and find the keys as quickly as you can so that you can move on to the next level, earn more event currency, and so to do that you need to know which paths are actually the cheapest ones and therefore the quickest ones to go through. So thanks to our great friends ChoopTwisk, who made these maps, and also Silverwings, who actually calculated all of the paths themselves. So massive thanks to those two. We actually have all of these maps from level 3 all the way up to level 6, and it also has all of the elemental restrictions on it. If you do want to be able to take a closer look at any of these maps, zoom in, or just keep them so that you can have them at any time, these are all found in the DML Events Guides channel in the Discord server. So if you just click the link, join the Discord, you can always open these up, download them, and keep them if that's any easier for you. But they'll all be sitting there in the Event Guides channel if you need them. But let's go through these, because at the moment I'm on level 3, and for example, I ended up going to this middle section first, which some people might agree with, some might disagree with, because there's this chest up here which looked like quite an expensive path. But if we take a look at the level 3 map itself, again, thanks a lot Silver and Choop for this, but we've got these level 3 maps here, and we can see that that chest at the top, grand total, including from the starting tile, costs 1400 currency. So if you wanted to try and go for a really cheeky fast key and maybe end up finding it in that first chest, it is actually an option to go for that chest first. But what many opt to do is go to that central tile and go to the other 3 chests first, because then you get access to 3 chests sooner rather than just 1. But either way, it's not going to make too much difference. But I went through the central path first, and then the other chest that we've got is this green path, who is the final chest that we'd recommend that you go to. But on this level, there's quite a diverse set of elements that you can use. It seems like a lot of fire and earth and wind to me, but you can see all of these in sort of, it looks slightly blurry, but trust me, it's all high quality if you download the images. But on level 3, we've got quite a lot of elements that we can use. Moving on to level 4 is more of a big square level, and obviously I'm not up to this level in game, so I can't physically show you the map, but a lot of these levels tend to be based on versions of the map that we've seen previously, and so we'll start from the starting tile, and rather than going through the tiles on the left, well, the top left hand side of the square, it's a better idea to go to the right hand side of the square and through the battles and take this chest first. So then after that, the second chest would be on this purple path in the bottom right, then we go back over to the bottom left, this blue path, and then the final chest would be the chest right at the top. And you'll notice that the amount of elements that we can use per fight really does go down. So for example, the bottom right hand path, it's mainly void and shadow, which is well, void, shadow, and then we've got metal and plant in there, which is going to be a big yikes for some people. But you've got to take this into account when you are going through these maps, because even though these are the cheapest paths recommended, that's only if you have every element available to do so. And it becomes more important when we move on to level 5 and level 6, because to skip a fight, it costs a lot of currency, and you don't really want to be doing that. So, you know, you've got to do what you got to do. But on level 5, this is also quite a big level, but we'll start right at the bottom, and the cheapest path, or the cheapest chest path, is actually going to be the first chest that you come in contact with on this purple path. Then we follow the orange path, then the third cheapest is the black path. So essentially on level 5, it's just the chest that you come into contact first is going to be the cheapest to go with. So basically just like a big ladder, take this chest, this chest, this chest, this chest, and again, the top chest is going to be the most expensive once again. And this level seems like there's a lot of energy and void present. So if you've got any energy and void dragons present in your main team, you should be okay. And then finally, we've got level 6, which is similar to level 4, but a little bit bigger. So we'll start with the central tile, but this time it's actually cheaper to go to the left-hand side first and go through the battles. That is assuming you have energy, light, plant, and legend to use. And then you've also got a battle that you can use Ancient and Shadow on. So that's going to be the cheapest path if you've got the elements for it. Then in the bottom left, we also have the second cheapest chest, the red path. And then we've got the third cheapest, which is going through the purple path. And then the fourth being the blue one. And the final chest you should really be opening during this event is the the green path. That is not red, me. But you'll see that there's a very limited number of elements that you can use on these levels. For example, that green path, we have to have, for one of the battles, we can only use plant and ancient, and the other one we can only use energy and light. So if you don't have dragons that have those elements as part of your main team, then you may have to go the full way around, which will of course end up costing you even more event currency. So I hope that the color coding and everything being printed out helps with understanding which order that you should go through with these chests. And again, shout out to Silver for making this up. But gotta remember that the most important thing is going to the cheapest path, getting the key as soon as you can. But remember, it is random. So for example, I opened up this chest, but we weren't quite so lucky to get the key in our first chest. So we'll have to open up these two, then I'll be going back and opening this chest, then I'll go back and open this chest. So that's the reason why you can sort of keep the chest path images open on, say, one screen if you've got dual monitors, or just keep it open and then open up your game and just check where you're going. That's what we've done for every previous castle event. I'm sure we'll do that for the Chapter 2 castle event as well, but that will seriously help you out a lot in clearing out this event quicker. Just remember that whenever there is an option to go through the battles and you have the dragons to do it, don't go around, because you don't have to pay if you can do the battle. Whereas if you have to go around, you're going to have to pay more event currency, which means you're going to have to collect more event currency. And if you keep doing that, you may end up not getting Cyclops, not getting Hermes. But if you don't get Cyclops, you don't get Hathor, which is the reason why I've always put these together, because it's just about making sure you can get everything out of this event free to play. So I guess that's the main thing that I want to do. So again, if you want all of those maps easy to see, come and join the Discord server and you can download them. You don't even have to talk, you can just take things from me. How about that? But I do wish you the best of luck with finding your keys nice and quickly, and make sure you're logging in every 6 hours and clearing out all these quests, and then you should be able to get your hands on some new dragons. But for now, I appreciate you being here, thanks for joining me, and I do hope to see you again soon.